Friends, I welcome you to my channel. Before listening to this story, I will ask you to subscribe and put your finger up. It is not difficult for you, but it is pleasant for me. And we're starting. Mr. Caper, Miss Kitty Prescott wants to see you. I didn't know anyone by that name, but my secretary never lets potential candidates skip the application stage before letting them talk to me about vacancies. Let her in. A tall, very beautiful red-haired girl came into my office with a smile on her face. She was dressed in a strict casual outfit that adorned her figure. Have a seat. No thanks, I won't be here for long. I need to make sure I'm talking to the right person. Are you Jonathan Caper? Yes, are you a bailiff? Yes. Have you been waiting for me? I usually get a sharper reaction when a person sees me. I wasn't sure if today was the day, but I've been waiting for the divorce notice for a long time. I suppose you have an envelope for me. I'm sorry, you took me out of the game. Jonathan Caper, you've been served. She laughed. I've never seen anyone smile at me before when I serve them. I bet you have all sorts of service stories. If you're not in a hurry, take a seat. I'm interested. Well, I don't have any more people to serve today. Of course, I'll have a little chat. Would you like something to drink? A mimosa would be very useful. And again, the charming smile. Sorry, only soft drinks, coffee, and tea. Mountain Dew diet? No problem. Miss Adcock, could you bring Miss Prescott a Diet Mountain Dew? I would go myself, but it's inconvenient to leave my guest alone. Thank God you allow me to perform at least one of my duties. You do so many things yourself that I have to do that you make me worry if you're going to do without me. I figured Miss Prescott could say that this was a normal, playful banter between my secretary and me. Miss Adcock, you know I can't do this without you. She smiled. Would you like something while I get her a soda? Green tea would be very useful. Hot, please. A tea bag or a Keurig? Keurig. Miss Adcock went into the kitchen. So, Miss Prescott, what was I supposed to do when I found out about the impending divorce? I usually get one of three answers. Either the person is stunned and silent. Sometimes it's a denial. No, it can't be. Most of the time it's anger, often directed at me with screams like, I'm going to kill this creature or bastard. I'm afraid that one day one of the angry ones will actually try to kill the messenger. My God, that must be scary. Do you have any protection? I used to carry pepper spray with me, but now I have a taser. Then a mischievous twinkle appeared in her eyes. And of course, I always carry condoms with me, just in case. Realizing that this was a joke, I continued. It's indecent, but practical. I would like to ask how often they have to be used, but that would be indelicate. Delicacy has never been my strong suit. I take it you're not going to start your career with this job, or are you still in school? You're right about choosing a profession. I'm doing this job to financially support myself while I'm in law school. I mean, it's a compliment, not an insult to your current profession. I got the impression that you're aiming for something more than a paralegal. I want to eventually become a lawyer. I have high enough grades to go to college anywhere, but my parents can't afford it. My father won't let me take out a student loan. My older sister still lives at home because she can't pay back her student loan and rent a decent apartment. I was hoping to find a law firm that could help me get into college online and then send me to law school if I did my job well. No husband, no boyfriend, no sugar daddy to support you? Sweet daddy? She switched to a fake Southern Belle accent. Why, John, who do you take me for? He noticed the twinkle in her eyes again. I think you are a very beautiful and intriguing young lady. I hope my comment is not offensive. I just thought that someone as smart and handsome as you might have suggestions. Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. She leaned towards me, which further revealed her blouse and consequently her cleavage. I've never seriously considered any of them, at least until now. Are you suggesting? Are you sure you have enough money after the divorce? I had enough warnings to protect a significant part of my assets. I'll have the money, but I'm only offering a chance to get to know each other better. I'll be busy dealing with your gift for a couple of days. How about meeting me at the restaurant of your choice on Saturday night? Aren't you going to pick me up? I want you to feel comfortable leaving if you don't like me. It's getting more interesting as time goes on. I've never been to Mama G's Italian Garden. Is this normal? I've heard that this is the best place in the city. That's right. Okay, 18 o'clock? I'll be there. Great. Just leave your card with my secretary. Why not just give it to you? So that my wife finds out and gets jealous. She's always fishing gossip out of my secretary. Oh, you vile man. I like you more and more. Seriously, I hope you understand that I usually don't act like this when I first meet an attractive man. Shortly before the end of work, Miss Adcock came into my office. I overheard the conversation of the girl who filed for divorce with you. Are you going to tell me what's going on between you and Jessie? Or are you going to leave me squirming with curiosity? Jessie has been out of sorts for months. At first, I thought she was having an affair. Lately, I've had the feeling that she's looking for an excuse to leave me, to be seen as the bad guy and her as the victim. According to the petition, I allegedly committed adultery. Well, what about you? Do you know that, Miss Adcock? And how should I know? Because if I had an affair, it would be with you. I grabbed her in my arms as if I was going to kiss her, and then I let her go and spent the whole day with Miss Adcock, alternately angry and laughing. I've already planned which motel I'll stay in before I find an apartment. I took an extra set of toiletries and clothes with me to the motel, which I kept in my office. I figured that tomorrow, when my wife is at work, I will bring more clothes from home, unless, of course, she changed the locks. I was at my favorite drinking establishment when I received the first message from my wife. Where are you? You're late for dinner. We need to talk. It seemed strange to me considering that the divorce papers were filed earlier. It was too late to ask for permission to talk to me. Of course, she thought I was upset and didn't want to go home. I ignored her. An hour later, I received, "When are you coming home? I need to discuss something important." I turned off my phone and got ready for bed. When I woke up in the morning, I deleted all my calls from her. They went from, "Where are you?" to, "What's going on?" I made an agreement at work that I would go on a month-long vacation immediately after my lawyer filed a counter-petition for divorce, requiring a normal, even separation. My assistant will handle the business in my absence. I used this time to get to know Kitty better. After a couple of weeks, the messages from Jessie changed. "John, I'm very sorry, but Miss Adcock told me that you have filed for divorce. I called her after I got a counteroffer from you. You shouldn't have been served yet. I was advised to prepare them for shipment just in case, but for some reason they were sent earlier. I wanted to talk to you first. It's probably for the best. The photo pretty much speaks for itself. With your adultery, I'll get a better deal. I looked for the photo in the envelope, but she wasn't there. I didn't have to think about it for long. It looks like all our friends and relatives got this photo except me. My sister Leona sent me a photo. I was kissing a woman lovingly on it. Leona and I were laughing. This woman was well known to us. She was Mary Margaret, our mother's best friend, our godmother, and the woman who helped take care of my mother in her last days of fighting cancer. She's been kissing both of us on the lips since we were kids. We never thought about it. M&M, as we called her, was also a gorgeous woman 19 years older than me. I like to imagine the embarrassment this would cause Jessie. Jessie's next message was, "As far as I understand, the photo of you kissing this woman has been distributed to all our friends. I think I know who sent the photos, and I'm going to talk to him about it. It shouldn't have been done, but then again, it doesn't really matter. Don't tell me the photo is fake because I checked it with a criminologist. The picture was taken right after you and her left the hotel. See you in court." Before the start of the court session, Jessie opened the door and saw the woman in the photo standing in the doorway. She was amazed. Mary Margaret asked to be let in. Jessie was too stunned to protest. Mary Margaret handed Jessie a notice of criminal proceedings for defamation. She asked a computer expert to trace the source of the email on Jessie's laptop. To slander her, she had a photo of us kissing, emailed to Jessie with the caption, "This is my supposed faithful husband and his scum kissing after their afternoon quick copulation at the hotel." But I never. Save it for the courtroom, dear. I want to thank you for helping my blood pressure. It was too low for a while. Now that I'm angry, everything is back to normal. Let me warn you, I am a mother bear protecting her cub. I helped my best friend raise her 2 children, John and his sister. I've been kissing him on the lips since I changed his first diaper. Telling people that my godson and I had an affair is more than disgusting. We were seen leaving the hotel because he came in to invite me to lunch. I stayed there during my visit. I haven't been back much since his mother died. Well, I don't care how much my lawyers cost me. I will follow you no matter how much you cost. That is, from the point of view of money. I doubt you're worth much as a human being if you've sunk so low that... Oh, it doesn't matter. Mary Margaret left a stunned Jessie standing behind her. I received a message from Jessie shortly after Mary Margaret informed me of her visit to Jessie. "John, I think I've made a terrible mistake. I let someone else give me bad advice and make some decisions that he thought were best for me. I refuse the divorce and I beg you to come home. We have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of apologies. I know that we can find a way to be happy together again. Please give me another chance." I decided to answer it. "Who told you that he saw Mary Margaret and me leaving the hotel? Who took the picture? Who gave you advice and made decisions for you? I bet it's the same person." Jessie didn't answer. I knew why. After she was too scared to answer, I filled in the blank. "I already know that Blake is the culprit. He's been stalking you for a long time, even though you deny it. I also assumed that he got the reward he was looking for. At least that's what he tells everyone at the Athlete Grill. I am not terminating my divorce petition. The 50-50th split is fair. I'm sure Blake will be interested in you, but his wife may not be as receptive. She didn't seem happy when I played the tape of Blake bragging about how he won you over. See you in court." The barrage of requests to end the divorce and forgive her continued for several days. I didn't say anything. I was hoping she'd finally given up. The hearing has come. Her lawyer made it clear that Jessie feels cheated and therefore is not responsible for the actions of her stalker. She wanted to get counseling to rebuild her happy marriage. My lawyer wanted to object, but I interrupted him. "Jessie, I would be interested if you would answer me one question during the lie detector test. Did you and Blake make love before or after the petition?" Her expression spoke for itself. "I told him I never wanted to see him again. He is no longer a threat to our marriage." "It doesn't matter. No amount of counseling will fix your betrayal." "But he tricked me." "You let yourself be deceived. A wife who loved me would have asked about the photo first instead of automatically believing a man who, as you have known for many years, has been trying to get into your panties." Jessie just sat there and cried. Finally, she instructed her lawyer to agree to my terms. At that moment, Kitty came in. She apologized for being late and sat down next to me. "Who is this?" Jessie asked. "This is my girlfriend, Kitty Prescott. We should thank you for bringing us together." "Me? I've never met her in my life. She's the one who gave me your divorce petition. If it had been at another time, someone else would have handed over the petition. It was fate. We got along and found ourselves enjoying each other's company. But she's just a girl." Never passing on an open invitation to sarcasm, I said, "I'm pretty sure that's the case, but I haven't found out for sure." "If all the papers have already been signed," Kitty said, "he'll find out soon enough." "You're trying to tell me that you haven't had sex in bed yet." Kitty spoke again. "We're not telling you anything, Jessie. It's none of your business anymore. You threw it away." I picked it up. "He has a strange idea of morality that a married man should not make love to anyone other than his spouse until they are divorced. I don't think you've ever heard of it." Turning to me, Kitty asked, "So where will it be, Hawaii or Costa Rica?" And why or? 1 week in Hawaii and 1 week in Costa Rica. "These are the places we were going," Jessie blurted out. "I wouldn't have cheated on him if he hadn't—" She realized her mistake before she could finish the sentence. She started crying again. "We sold the house and split the profits. Jessie had enough money to start over in a new apartment next to her office. Blake was fired after I told their boss this story. Jessie was allowed to stay at work because I managed to convince him that Blake had lied and seduced her. This significantly reduced the alimony I had to pay. Blake's wife kept him on a short leash. I was very close to buying her a rooster cage. It took several months before we saw Jessie by chance. Kitty and I went shopping at the mall. She recognized us, smiled, and was about to wave when she suddenly ran away crying. "I wonder what happened to her," Kitty asked. "I don't know. Let's hurry up and finish shopping for new maternity clothes, the ones that are no longer suitable. Our son is going to be huge.